The purpose of this video is to show a general method of installing exterior building products Cape Cod Perfection EZ composite siding. For this video, we'll use common U.S. installation techniques. Please check your local building codes for confirmation. The first step in the installation of Cape Cod Perfection EZ, featuring our EZ Up locking system, is to install the starter strip at the lowest point of the structure. The strip should be positioned 3 inches from the wall corner, allowing for the width of the corner piece. Position the starter strip at 4 inches if using a 10-foot vinyl corner post. Nail the starter strip every 12 inches. Remember to always keep the starter strip level. Next, you'll want to determine the number of panels needed for the wall by dividing the total length of the wall in inches, less the width of the corner pieces used, by 38 inches. Be sure the end piece is no less than 12 inches wide. You may have to adjust the size of the starting panels to accommodate this end piece. Cutting Exterior's Cape Cod Perfection EZ, a 3-tiered panel, includes 3 easy steps. A, B, and C cut line marks are embossed directly on the top flange of the panel. The panel can first be cut on the A cut line, with the second cut on C and the third on B to avoid vertical seam overlap and to break up repeating pattern. Following the specified A-C-B cutting line order on succeeding rows will provide an authentic and random shingle appearance. If you choose to alternate cutting location, be sure not to create any vertical seam overlap. Also, don't cut more than 1 end piece at a time, since adjustments may be required for succeeding rows. Work from left to right. If a matching 28-inch Cape Cod Perfection corner is used, it must be properly aligned with the first panel to start the row. Do this by first loosely installing the corner so that it will align horizontally with the first cut panel. Temporarily position the first cut panel on the starter strip and hold the corner so that it's properly aligned with the panel. While still holding the corner in place, remove the panel and install a fastener loosely into the center of the elongated hole located in the middle of the corner piece. Reposition the panel again, but this time slide the corner up or down along the elongated hole until it's properly aligned with the first cut panel, and then fasten the corner in the remaining holes. Now, permanently install the first panel by properly spacing the panel and installing the center hole. By attaching a fastener in the center hole, the panel will expand and contract evenly from the center out. The panel requires a minimum of 7 fasteners per panel as shown. A closer spacing of the fasteners is required for high-velocity wind areas. Using the proper spacing guide marks, ensure the correct seam spacing between panels. On Cape Cod Perfection EZ, spacing guide marks are embossed directly on the panel flange. Note that the average spacing between shingle seams within a panel is approximately 3/16 inch. If the temperature is about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, position the panels on the 30-degree spacing guide mark to allow for expansion in warmer weather. If the temperature is about 60 degrees, position the panel on the 60-degree guide mark, allowing for expansion and contraction in changing temperatures. If the temperature is about 90 degrees, position the panel on the 90-degree guide mark to allow for contraction in colder temperatures. It's important to note that for installation around 30 degrees, you should allow 1/4 inch spacing around all openings. Once the panel has been properly spaced, insert a fastener into the center hole. For all succeeding panels of the present row, simply position the panel approximately 2 inches below the previous panel and slide upward, making sure to engage the 2 tracking clips and the bottom locking rail. Once engaged, gently tap the panel into place with the palm of your hand. As we mentioned earlier, the panel requires a minimum of 7 fasteners, one of which will serve as a locking fastener for the previous panel. Non-corrosive fasteners must be installed into a solid substrate no less than 7/16 inches thick. When attaching fasteners, be sure they only lightly touch the panel. The fastener must be installed flush with the panel so it doesn't interfere with a succeeding row. The installation holes on the side flange are recessed. In these recessed areas, be sure the head of the fastener is level with or below the top surface of the panel. Like all exterior panels, Cape Cod Perfection EZ provides positive stop posts, which are 1/8 inch below the top edge of the installation fingers. The stops are designed to prevent buckling due to changing temperatures. As you can see, we've repeated the earlier steps to create a single row. The last panel will need to be properly cut to fit into a 10-foot corner post, individual matching corner, or J-channel. Be sure that the right end piece of the row is a minimum of 12 inches wide. When completing a wall and a partial panel is used, remember to draw a new center hole. Start each successive row by cutting the panels at either the A, B, or C cut lines. Cutting the panels at the cut lines and randomly choosing between them will avoid vertical seam overlap and provide a pleasing natural appearance. After the first row is installed and you start installing panels on each of the successive rows, it's important that you step back and take a look at each panel as you install it to ensure that you're not overlapping vertical seams. Exterior J-channels may be used for inside corner treatments. It's recommended to sleeve the corner with aluminum coil prior to installation of panels. For more detailed installation procedures, please refer to the installation guidelines on or in each carton of exterior siding. For additional information, log on to our website at www.exteriorbp.com.